I was asked by my father when I was 5 years old, what would you like to be when you grow up? And I said, I want to be an actress or a singer, or both. And he said, no, you will be a doctor or a lawyer, choose. So I didn't like blood, and I felt compelled to choose the legal profession, to be frank with you. I come from a very, very traditional Chinese background, and both my parents were immigrants from China, from Guangzhou, and they brought with them to New Zealand very traditional Chinese values. And we grew up really respecting the family and the parents and their decision making. My father and mother were entrepreneurs, and we had a fruit and vegetable grocery shop. And from the age of 8, I had to work in the shop every Saturday from 9 to 5, serving customers and, getting involved in the family business. And in the weekends, my parents would buy properties and they would do them up and they'd rent them out. So there was a strong sort of property alignment. It's something I knew growing up. And we never took holidays. So we do all sorts of different things, setting up little businesses the whole time. Having grown up in a family business and watching my parents do all their property work on the side, really, it's in the blood. Well, in New Zealand, we qualify as a barrister and solicitor of the High Court of New Zealand. So when I first started my career, I was in the area of intellectual property and general litigation. So back in those days, it was fantastic because you could actually put the wig and gown on, and the High Court of New Zealand was up the road from where my law firm was based. So I loved being junior counsel. But I think when you move from a Commonwealth country to London, you have to do everything again. So it's not that simple to just turn up and be a barrister, I don't think. I packed my bags and resigned, and then I turned up in Hollywood, and I spent a year studying drama. So it was an amazing experience, and I thought it was a great segue to allow me to have a break from the law and enhance different skills, which has actually helped me personally, and I've benefited from that experience hugely. And then I came back, and then I was going to finish my second year at drama school, but I secured a job at a German bank, BNLB, and I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed the law so much that I thought, well, I'll just stay on a little bit. And then I was headhunted to take the property role as the first property counsel at Lloyds Bank. And I've been at Lloyds Bank, I was at Lloyds Bank for 11 years. I started out doing property because it naturally sinks in with what I knew, and I enjoyed it, and it's fun. And I have to say, I love the property profession. I think it's phenomenal, and there's huge opportunity there, and the people are great and they're fun, and you've got to get with the rhythm, I believe. And I was given the most amazing opportunity to work with our head of risk and head of credit and rebuild the property book and use that platform to really enhance what we could do with our book. And we worked together and we pulled together all the big banks and the small banks and the law firms, and we created these amazing templates which are now used as standard for the UK property market. We went around visiting and meeting the most senior executives across the bank in all the different business divisions to showcase the benefits of why we should help mentor women to help them progress through the organisation. And we got buy-in. And as a consequence, we then had all the men and the women coming on board and supporting the concept. And we built the program to about 15,500 people when I left across the UK. And The Economist magazine ranked Lloyds Banking Group as the #1 women's network in 2015, I believe. And then I looked at senior women, and I have a huge network across the UK. Generally, and I was discovering that senior women also had the same issues still as the junior women. So I created this club called the Eagle Club, and it was designed for General Counsel females to interact with women from the C-suite. So we could get together and have drinks, coffee, listen to other inspiring women and network and build contacts. And so it's an opportunity for the C-suite to say, I'm looking for a new General Counsel and I have one in my network that would be perfect. So it was enhancing the job opportunities for women as well. So I've built that to about 180 women globally. They come to work, they work really hard, they go home, they feed the children, they do the cooking, they do the dishes, and they put the kids to bed. And then the last is for them. So I decided to put this conference together all about their well-being so they could focus on things that they didn't have time to think about. So I brought in a specialist, renowned sleep doctor to talk about the benefits of sleep. I brought in Professor Chinkin from the London School of Economics to talk about human rights abuses and impact on women in war zones, because I wanted to make sure that people were listening and to give them a voice, because this impacts on all of us. I even brought in a lady to talk about menopause and a specialist in dating, for example. So I wanted to cover the spectrum of things which you normally wouldn't see at a C-suite General Counsel conference, and I think the women loved it. I would say it is the toughest role I have ever done in my entire life, and it takes up all my time because the challenges that we face in the current economic climate, but also because I have to be the main point of contact for the regulator. And I went in as General Counsel, and currently I'm now Chief Conflicts of Interest Officer. I run the legal function. I've also been handed the compliance and anti-money laundering function, for which is a new area for me as well. So I'm learning all the time, which is fantastic. I'm also advisor to the board. So, and also I'm the whistleblowing officer, and I manage all the policies and procedures. So it is a phenomenally huge role, and it's exhausting, but I have grown in leaps and bounds. I love my life and I love what I do, and I am completely committed to the causes that I believe in, which is helping children, helping women progress, and doing things where you can actually bring about positive change to society. And I balance that with my incredibly demanding career and work life.